Look, whether this person has a mental condition or not is almost beside the point at this stage when there are people grieving. How do you even begin to secure a city like Berlin or London or anywhere else for that matter against these sort of lone wolves, as we call them?
Well, this is, as you say, the latest in these types of attack in one form or another, and mental illness is often brought out as a cause. But, of course, there's a lot of mental illness in society anyway. No, you can't protect all of society from people in vehicles in particular. But there are things you can do, and they have been done, actually, largely across the UK. If you look at big, iconic sites particularly around London, they have got some hostile vehicle mitigation measures which have been put in because of the threat of this specific type of attack.
And do you think questions might be asked then in Berlin about whether or not more mitigations should have been in place there? Because my understanding of the geography of the city is that where this happened on Rankerstrasse is quite near to where the 2016 Christmas markets, driving through the crowds, horrendous terrorist attack happened and 11 people killed in that incident. I mean, did they take measures there to try and prevent similar things? Or, have they not done as good a job as perhaps we have here in the UK?
Well, clearly they haven't taken huge amounts of measures because the whole idea of it is to keep vehicles away from pedestrians. But it is really difficult in a city centre. And if you look at some of our sites, often it's sites that have been rebuilt or, as an example, I lived down at Hampton Court, they've just put some hostile vehicle mitigation measures on the bridge.
Oh, all right, so what are we talking about? I suppose we get the general gist from hostile vehicle mitigation, but what does that look like in practice?
Is it plant pots?
Yeah, well, it doesn't necessarily need to be bollards. That's the key thing. There are three aspects to this. If you want to stop a vehicle from being able to hit people, you have to either slow it down or reduce it in size, and that will reduce the kinetic energy. Now, if you allow vehicles to travel at high speeds, then you have to have really strong barriers to protect members of the public. It doesn't need to be barriers, though, because often you'll have benches, you can have bus stops. In fact, a number of British companies have got lots of vehicle mitigation measures which actually, to all intents and purposes, look like normal street furniture.